exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fisheye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. When it comes to fishing, the element of finesse can come in a variety of sizes, shapes, and colors. The delicate presentation may be similar across the board. However, the dimension and bulk of the offering may differ. Kim Stricker and his guest Eric Welch trek into the mountains of northeast Georgia to skillfully present jighead worms according to the preference of both largemouth and the one bass species Lake Burton is duly noted for.
North Georgia spotted bass. One push of the button.
Purr like a kitten.
So what do we expect today? What's our plan?
We're going to target spotted bass and largemouth. Basically, we're going to be throwing the shaky head, green pumpkin color.
Okay.
We're going to target points, drops, and once the sun gets up, we may do a little skipping docks.
Okay. There's a fish. Ooh, that's a good one. They all feel good when they're the first one. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good, jeez. That's a big one right from the get-go. Oh, you just come off! Oh, that was 4 or 5 pounds. That's not exactly how you want to start out a fishing trip. Kick me right now, go ahead.
I told you there's big ones on this point.
That was every bit 5 pounds. God, I hate to lose them. There's not a fisherman out there that takes pleasure in losing a big fish, especially tournament anglers. But when it happens, you need to discipline yourself into thinking of the positive side of the experience. After all, your presentation just triggered a big fish, which should give you confidence that you're doing the right thing. So take it, shake it, and move on to the next opportunity. Kind of knocked the wind out of my sails a little bit. If it was a 2-pounder, you know,
Yeah, that one has shoulders to him.
Hey, that was a nice fish. Okay, I admit, sometimes I have a tough time practicing what I preach.
That's one thing about these spots. They fight in this lake. Clear water, and in the mountain reservoir, they've got 2 gears.
There's a fish. Yeah. Yeah. Good spot. He ain't that giant we lost, but it's a nice one. Good. Well, at least it's a start. I do like those spotted bass, but that other one was twice as wide as it was. That was gorgeous. All right. It's a start.
The pattern Kim and Eric are employing is to target inside turns with scattered brush and rock in 10 to 12 feet of water, most along points with steeper drops. Kim is using a 6-inch green pumpkin fat baby finesse worm, but Eric has chosen a larger 7-inch model in a watermelon color.
Well, there you go. Good.
Pretty good.
Good enough to net.
Yeah.
Good enough to net. Good one, Eric. Yeah, that's a better fish. Definitely nice fish. Show me how to catch the big ones. Very nice.
There's a Lake Burton spot
Oh man,
right there.
that's more like it. Nice spot. And you had more bites in that spot, didn't you?
Yeah, that brush pile down there.
Good job.
Stick around. We'll return to Lake Burton right after this. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Seagar. Trust Seagar when everything else is on the line. Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. Aquaview. Reinventing underwater cameras. Deep Blue Coffee. Dive in. And by Boat US, providing water towing and insurance programs to boaters.
That feels like a decent fish. That's a decent fish. I think it's a good one. Oh yes. Yes sir. Come on up here. Largemouth. Largemouth.
Lordy.
Yeah, this guy felt like a better, he's not bad fish, but look at that. You weren't going nowhere, were you? Nice chunky North Georgia largemouth. But there's bigger ones.
There is bigger ones.
That's the bait I'm using. It's the fat baby finesse worm. Yeah. Right. How long have you been guiding here?
I fished the lake all my life. I've been guiding it probably the last 10 to 12.
Yeah. So you grew up in this?
Not far from it.
Yeah. There you go. There we go. You spotted bass catching fool. Looks like a largemouth to me.
Largy.
Little largemouth. Chunker. All right.
Nice little 14-inch largemouth. There's a lot more in this lake bigger. They are some 9, 10 pounders in here.
Well, I'd like to catch me some like that. Maybe under them docks. There was no doubt I had my eye on the shady structure provided by the abundance of boat docks. But we continued to target open water points for spotted bass. Eric explains why.
The big thing that happened to all of our lakes in North Georgia over the past 10, 15 years was the blueback herring got introduced. Where back 10, 15 years ago, bank lines you'd fish, the bass was looking for crayfish, thread fins running, and brim. But with the bluebacks wanting to swim out in open water, about the only time they come to the bank is spawning or if they're getting pushed by bass.
Mm-hmm.
So the spots have learned to do a lot of their swimming out in open water, or like anywhere where there's a point that breaks around like fish would swim through. They've learned to adapt to staying out in deeper water.
So basically when they're showing up on these banks and stuff, they're pretty much just cruising, and then they'll come and they hold on a little piece of brush or a lay down, or...
Yeah, they'll find some brush or something when they've cruised through that's got some brim or some type of bait hanging on it, and they'll stay around.
Even though our main focus for this particular shoot wasn't the boat docks, I can assure you that some of the spotted bass, and probably most of those big largemouth Eric had mentioned, relate to the wooden structure and overhead canopy the docks and boathouses provide. During our underwater investigation, Danny and I surveyed a number of boat docks, and surprisingly, many weren't holding fish. However, with that said, when we'd stumble on the right dock, we found some quality fish.
So Derek up in here. Well, look, they're here. They're here. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good swollen. Eric, you want to remember this dock.
Yeah, that's a good dock. It transitions from rock to deep. There's always some good fish on that one.
Maybe we should have spent a little more time on these docks. He's just running away from me.
That was cool, Kim. I could see you swimming. I could see the bass in front of your camera.
We picked a good place to get in the water. There's some goodness in these docks.
Furthermore, we discovered that the docks also provide cover and security for the newly hatched fry as well. There it is. Ooh, that feels like a good fish. That's a pretty good one, I think. I think it's a good one. He's coming right at me. That is a good fish.
That's what we want.
That is, ooh, that's a big one. I just love this stuff.
That's the ones we're looking for.
Oh,
There
that's fun. It's a little heavier than what I've been catching.
That's a good one there.
That is a dandy. It was a different bite. It was like, I mean, you see he swallowed that thing right down to the... You know where they're at. That's for darn sure. North Georgia spotted bass, Lake Burton, with Eric Welch. You know it.
Stay with us. Hook and Look will return right after this.
Any size?
Big old crappie.
Oh, crappie. Yeah, that's a nice one too. Let's check that thing out here.
Yeah.
That's nice. That'd make a fish taco, wouldn't it?
That's a little crappie.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
He's no big size, but
What size is it?
I said I don't think he's no big size, but he's mean.
Well, he is mean. Might be bigger than you think. Well, that's a good solid fish. Yeah.
Right.
That's a good solid spot. Nicely done.
There's another nice little Lake Burton spotted bass. Coming out of this good clear water.
Look at the iridescent green. There's that overstated line of fishing is, that's a pretty fish.
That's a pretty fish.
Good going, pretty one.
In an effort to provide an additional sport fish element and to control the overabundance of blueback herring in Lake Burton, the Georgia Department of Natural Resources began stocking brown trout in Lake Burton. John Lee Thompson, Lake Burton Fish Hatchery Manager, shares some details of the program.
You know, the Georgia Trout Program consists of 4 trout hatcheries. 3 of them are run by the state of Georgia, and one of them is run by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Burton and Buford, those two trout hatcheries are primarily grow-out facilities. They receive fingerlings from the Chattahoochee National Fish Hatchery. They receive about 500,000 fingerlings from the federal government each year. And then the Somerville Fish Hatchery, its primary purpose in the Georgia Trout Program is to rear about 300,000 fingerlings each year and transfer them to Burton and Buford. Burton and Buford primarily just grow fish out there. We grow fish out to about 9 to 10 inches, and that's when they're ready to go and stock in streams in Georgia. The fish are typically about 18 months old, and they've usually spent a year either at our facility or Buford. There's over 100 sites in Georgia that we stock with catchable fish. Lake Burton gets stocked with brown trout each year. The brown trout are stocked in Lake Burton to control the blueback heron population. The blueback heron is a non-native bait fish that's been released in Lake Burton and several lakes around Georgia, and is detrimental to the native fish there. So we've introduced the brown trout to create a sport fishing element, but also in an effort to control those blueback heron.
There's more Lake Burton bass fishing coming right up. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, introducing the all-new Evinrude E-Tech G2. Cushit, world's most comfortable rod butt. Simms Fishing Products, the choice of professional guides and anglers worldwide. And by Sportfish Michigan, your source for the top charter captains and guides. Welcome back. Here's a few words from BRP President and CEO, José Boisjoli.
Good morning to the Hook and Look TV. Very happy to be here in Sturtevant this Sunday morning after the introduction of the Evinrude G2. We acquired the asset of Evinrude in 2001, and we're very happy with the business, but our market share in the last few years were about flat, and we needed a new product to change the dynamic into the industry. Then we've been working since 5 years on this Evinrude G2, and the mandate that was given to the engineering and design team was to rethink an outboard engine, and the team have done an incredible job of creating this new outboard family, who is definitely will make a statement into the industry, and we believe will change the dynamic into the industry. And it's about the performance, the power, the torque, the fuel economy, the cleanliness. It's about the design statement, the audacious look, the flexibility and customization. I really believe that the team has done an incredible package that will be the future in the marine industry, and will bring Evinrude at another level compared to our competitor. And I hope you will have a chance to try the new product. Thank you.
Ought to be one on this point. Man, looks great. There he is. I don't know how big he is. Oh, he's getting bigger legs. No, he's just an average. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, like that lion sang. Well, thank you. Oh, he's caught in the net. Yeah, this is a good average spot, right where he should have been. Fat baby, finesse worm. Little chubby.
Chubby.
Chubby. Catches little chubbies. All right, go back to your point. Striking listens to the recommendations of fishermen, and that's why they offer a wide variety of styles and sizes of both soft plastics and hard baits. Take the time to experiment with each under a variety of conditions. You'll benefit from the results, and the diversity will likely surprise you.
One of the key baits over here on Lake Burton for fishing for largemouth is going to be your Strike King 7-inch finesse morning dawn. They tend to like the morning dawn. The largemouth does, where the spots like a lot of your green pumpkin and watermelon seed colors.
There you go, good one.
Fish on.
A big one?
Yeah. Grown.
It's a good one. Ooh, that is a good one. All right, Eric. Yes. Oh, right in the basket. Largemouth. Nice largemouth too. Yes, sir. Look at you.
Go.
Good going. Good going. Very nice. Now this lake has a lot of big largemouth in it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got some hogs in there. 7, 8, 10 pounders. I mean, a lot of local tournaments, there's some good ones weighed in.
And a lot might have to do with that brown trout stocking program.
Brown trout it is.
When visiting Lake Burton, the Hook and Look crew stayed at the Lake Chatug Lodge. This charming mountain inn is centrally located within minutes of several productive fisheries. Located in the heart of the southern Blue Ridge Mountains in Hiawassee, Georgia, Lake Chatug Lodge offers many amenities appreciated by anglers, including plenty of parking space and the convenience of outside electrical hookups. Come enjoy the panoramic view and relaxed atmosphere. Lake Chatug Lodge.
Once more, thank you, Eric Welch, for inviting us to Lake Burton, and I guarantee we'll visit Northeast Georgia again in the near future. Hey, be sure to join us again next week, right here on
Hook and Look.
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.